T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We ain't get caught slipping like that.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Shine Your Light podcast. Of course, I am your host, Lachelle Hooks. Woo 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 woo. All right, so we have an amazing show for you guys today. We're talking all about dating with these divas. Amen. Yes. All right.
And everybody's a diva at this table except for me, of course. So.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
You know, because we wasn't sure.
I know.
So
The day and age we live in. That's what I was going to say. The day and age we live in. I just wanted to make that perfectly clear.
I'm glad you did, Lord. I'm glad you did. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do the introductions. My amazing co-host, y'all, Ty the Guy.
Ty the Guy.
Go ahead with
I need all that.
Give you a little bit.
That's one. It sounds like it just got a little lower from when you introduced yourself. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was not tripping. I'm like...
I'm trying not to, Jesus. Yeah, balance.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her breathe because it wasn't on her today. Okay, so now that we got ourselves out of the way, we have the great,
I'm glad you tired.
the great Simone. I'm gonna skip y'all for now. The great Simone. One of my partners in crime.
Yeah.
At this point, she's a part of the family, the show. And then we have here Miss Marie. She like to be called AKA the thickest.
That's me. I don't know. We might have some competition. Hold on.
She didn't give me no more AKAs after that. So just AKA the thickest.
I love it.
Self-proclaimed, by the way. And we have the great Miss Monet, AKA the baddest.
The street of the sisters. It's stamped.
I love that.
This is my old squad, by the way. A lot of history with us. They practically family at this point. So it's
they
great
know
to have y'all here today.
Tie.
Yeah, they know the
yeah.
They know the her tie stage. Yeah, definitely.
I love it. We gotta talk later, y'all. We gotta talk later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we doing today?
Today it's all about the ladies.
Okay.
We had a former show, of course, with all the guys. I was a victim of that show. But now it's time to turn y'all into victims and dive into y'all mindset.
Let me interject my co-host really quick. The purpose of the Shine Your Light podcast is not to victimize, okay? It is to teach you based on the things that we've learned in life. That's it, and that's all. You know, I always say when you learn something, it's your responsibility to teach somebody else. So we're literally here on assignment to teach the people.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Don't be.
And I'm here to victimize.
Like that.
And while yet we are teaching, I'm going to victimize them. I'm going to try to dive into their psyche. A lot of things that men would like to know about women. A lot of things that women keep to themselves.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tommy. He said, dang, I missed the honeys in the studio.
Shout out Tommy with the Tommy.
Hey, Tommy. Shout out Tommy. Our other favorite producer. Y'all will meet him soon. So, yeah.
All right. So the first kind of segment part of the show, I'm going to ask these ladies questions that men would. I want to. Why can't go first? Why
We
can't go
gonna
first?
say that.
Yeah, I told
That's
you.
crazy. She told
We
me.
hate when he go first. He
Exactly.
makes me nervous, and I've been doing this for a
You
while.
know what?
I
Do y'all
feel
think?
like-
Do y'all think?
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You be putting the pressure on. You
But
know,
that's
look,
gonna
it be
warm.
little
I'm warming
fire.
y'all up for
No,
the
I
questions.
think
I'm
that's a
preparing y'all.
warm up. I think this is a
What do y'all
warm-up.
say?
I think
Y'all-
you-
Let's take a vote.
Make a vote in the comment section.
Unbiased.
You know, everybody is not going. Ain't nobody unanimous is gonna vote for Ty to ask those questions. Come with it. Okay, so what we gonna do, y'all? All right, and
That's crazy. She gonna just.
yeah. What we gonna do? I'm just have the ladies pull a card. You guys probably can't see the cards, but there's cards up here. They'll just pull a card, and that question will be presented to the table. Some of them are situational. Some of them might have instructions for something for you to do. And then I would like Ty the guy, our guest co-host, woo woo woo, to comment his comment if you have any from the male perspective.
Okay.
All right, let's get it.
I feel like I could have warmed that whole card thing up, but okay, we can start.
That's the icebreaker. You be dropping bombs, okay? All right.
Let's
so
have-
who's going to start?
So let's have the newer ladies go first.
Okay. First timers. Let's
Okay, the
go.
baddest. Okay, the baddest. Let's get to
The
it.
baddest. Let's get it. Wait, you have to read what's on the back of the card too. Exactly how it says.
Ooh,
I love them, y'all. I love
Okay.
them.
Your partner requests that you delete all your photos. He feels like
Are
he
too
feels
sexy.
to be too sexy. Do you comply?
And we talking from a
Work
social
on
media
my
standpoint.
handwriting too, y'all.
Oh, no,
just
you
gotta
fine.
work with it.
Woo,
We
right.
talking from a social
Yeah.
media standpoint.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, from social media.
I probably
From
should say
social
that.
media.
Can't wait to ask my. No.
Do you
That's
comply?
tough.
It would be tough, like she said, but it would be certain. Like we're gonna have to go over these pictures. I'm gonna have to delete. I'm not gonna be delete. No, that's not how it's gonna go. But we can go over some of these.
So have y'all ever been in a situation like that where the man that you were dating had an issue with the pictures that you posted on social media?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, is in like for relationship or like we just in the talking stage?
Either or.
For relationship, no. Talking
Okay.
stage, I mean, like we could go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Relationship wise, yes, not the talking stage.
How did y'all react in those cases? How did you deal with it? Did you feel like, I'm a grown woman, I can post whatever picture
I
I
did.
like,
I'm not gonna lie. I argued about it because I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, like you said, I am grown and I mean, I am who I am, no matter who I date. So you're gonna have to accept me as I am. I'm gonna post what I want to post. I'm not gonna be blatantly disrespectful with it if it's like my husband or somebody like that. But I do like to, I got a nice body, so I'm gonna give it when
the
I
thickest,
post.
y'all. The thickest.
And that's the thickest perspective.
Now let me ask you this way. So a lot of times women kind of say no to that when they keep seeing their man scrolling, and himself looking at all these women on social media. Then we're like, no, we're not going to listen to you when it comes to that, right? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
But what if he doesn't follow any women? He's just very, what's the word, Lord? He's like Ty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's just very like strict and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't think of the word for it right now.
We're gonna stand on business.
Conservative. He's just very conservative, and he wants to pursue you.
The new Ty, y'all.
And it's not controlling. It's more so he wants the relationship to be viewed in a certain light. He wants you to represent him.
Like I said, if it's my husband, then yes, I'm all
Okay.
for it. Like, yes, we got married. I'm gonna respect you. I get where you're coming from, but like, if it's just my boyfriend at the time, like, I don't know where we gonna stand.
Right.
We're not married, so
Right.
I don't know. That's just how I look at it.
And
at
I think the
moment
number
right
one
now.
thing for that is how he operates.
Exactly.
How he operates. That is going to determine how she's going to receive, that
Yes.
request.
What about
Alright.
you, Simone? You over there quiet. You ain't said not one thing about
Oh,
this. You ain't
because I
said-
just feel like everybody know my answer.
What's your answer? I think you agree. Like,
No,
I would
I'm
actually, but-
definitely one to okay, if that makes you uncomfortable, that's fine. Personally, I'm not even on social media like that anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Those
We
things
gotta
don't
get you on
bother
social
me.
media a little bit more.
Yeah, but that those things don't bother me anyway. So it's one of those things where I will weigh it out. Like,
Okay.
is this something worth me arguing about?
Right.
Especially if it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
if it's not promotional, which I wouldn't be doing that for a promotion anyways. But if it's not affecting anything,
Never
like
know.
there's no point. So I'll just delete it.
What about
Yeah,
you,
I'm on a
Miss Host?
podcast.
You are not
Tom,
exempt.
you said
You're in
no
ex-
at first.
We was on that topic.
I'm not answering these questions. I'm the host. I wrote them.
That's
Strike.
crazy.
I wrote them.
Strike.
But I will say that again, it's how he operates that's going to dictate how I receive it.
And what
You
you
know
mean
what I'm
by
saying?
like how he operates?
So
you
if
saying
I
like how
see
he
him
approach
steady
it?
liking all of these pictures on social media of these women in swimsuits and they're working out and all this and that, I'm gonna be like, stay out my business. What is
Right,
it?
because obviously you like it.
Exactly.
I
But you
mean-
don't want. But now you're being controlling. You
Right.
don't want me to do it, but
Mm.
it's okay for you to,
Exactly.
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 So yeah, it's all about how. But if he's a pastor and he's like, baby, I want us to operate like this.
Mm.
It's important for us to be viewed in this light. I might be like, all right, okay, but I'm gonna still wear my swimsuit when I want to wear my swimsuit.
Right.
I ain't going swimming in no hoodie. Anybody got time? for that?
Right.
But you posting that swimsuit though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, me and him will be together. It won't be by myself.
What if he don't want to?
That's different. And my swimsuit will be respectable. Tommy said Shell's thirst trapping pics are quite suspect. I gotta read these
At least
before
he
I read
noticed it,
these.
no.
I don't have any
She
thirst
didn't
trapping
escape
pics,
the night.
sir. I post because I like that particular picture. Amen. Won't he do it? All right.
I know that's right.
Yes. There's
But
nothing wrong
from-
with a woman walking and thriving in her femininity.
From a male's perspective, just from a good man point of view, I don't want to get into everything else. Oftentimes it is about representation because again, when you with that guy, right? And we speak about when you said if it's just a boyfriend, right? You're not really doing all of that, but it's like a lot of those, because of that reason, that can be a setback why I will never be to a husband. Now again, he may be a good man to be a husband, but because of these type of disagreements, it would kind of prevent him, or he probably view you in a certain light, you know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, this is not pretty much how I want my wife, you know what I'm saying, to be presented or represented. Because eventually, if you are building towards something, we have to look at the things that kind of like hinder that road. Those it's kind of like those roadblocks, along in the way. For me, it's about representation, because I want to represent you properly, right? I want to do what I have to do for you to make you feel comfortable at the same time, and vice versa, and especially when it comes to women, because you want us to make you feel secure, that comfortability, right? That stability and all those things. Men have that too, in a lot of senses. We don't kind of fully express it, because we can come out being viewed as a certain way. So we kind of keep it to ourselves, but we say certain things, to kind of put a little breadcrumbs out there every now and again, like, I mean, you sure? That's a little, that's what you want to,
That's what you
I
want.
like how
Right,
you
so-
framed it, though. I like somebody who framed it like that, as opposed to you ain't wearing that today.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about your delivery.
Sometimes I definitely would put my foot down if I feel like I have to, but I would kind of build up to that. Sometimes I think it's unnecessary, but sometimes you have to use up authority in that sense, because women can be a little drifty. Let's just bring it back here. Let's bring it back here.
We do.
Felt like shots fired. Felt like shots fired. But yeah, she's gonna know who you are and receive you properly. As you put your foot down, everybody got time.
The thickest. Next card.
Let's
Lord
see.
Jesus.
Ooh-wee. All about you.
All
Shine
about
your
you.
light. What have you discovered about yourself in your single season?
You got the
It's
right
purpose
one.
for it all.
You got the
Purpose
right
for it
one.
all.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. it has actually been stress-free. Like, I feel like every time I'm single, I'm able to progress more with myself. Like, I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I'm not where I need to be. So single me is all about prospering. It just gives me time to figure out what I really want in life. I don't have nobody controlling me, none of that. I do like being single.
Yeah.
I did come to a point in time where I'm thinking like, I don't know, I think I might want to be single for almost probably maybe the rest of my life. I don't know yet.
Absolutely
That's just how
not.
I'm feeling right now.
She
Like,
said absolutely.
I don't
not.
know.
See,
I
the
just-
issue was the person you felt like that because whoever you was with, you weren't supposed to be with them. That's why, you know, you're
Yes.
gonna the person that you're going to be attached to for a long-term basis is someone that's gonna lighten the load and add to your joy, add to your happiness. You know,
Yeah.
if anything, right now you're getting in position to receive that.
I hope, because I'm
You
just so
are.
scared. Like, I don't know if
You
I can
are.
do it again.
And protect yourself in this process. You know what I'm saying? Add
Yes.
value to yourself in different areas of your life. Build yourself up to receive the type of man that you want to have. Amen. Want to do it.
Yes.
Shout out to Courtney Castro. He said, Ty the guy be spitting.
Shout out to Brody.
Hush.
Shout out to Brody, man. That's Brody.
Hush. I love
I'm
that
gonna ship your watch
answer.
too, by the way, man.
I love that answer, Thickness. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else want to answer that question? What have you learned in your singleness?
Baby, leave. No.
Amen.
No, but I just feel like she said, you just get to know yourself better and you just feel more free. Like, I've been single for almost 7 years.
Yes.
And it feels like a
7
long-
years.
Yes.
Sounds like the number of completion.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm thinking back because I've known them for a long time. And me thinking back, you are correct.
7
You are
She's
right.
never had a man.
Yeah, you're
When
right.
she was my man, wasn't my man.
I'm just being, you know.
When I was my man, and baby, that was not a man. But like I said, you just learn. And even when you single, you learn like different people. You learn who you learn who you want to be with, like the type of person who you want with, and like when you date, you like, oh, I don't want him. That
Exactly.
ain't for me, or
Yes.
oh, this is who I want, but it's a little like something off. Like you just really pay attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just love it. Like I
I
like
love
being
it.
single, but eventually I will, I want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be single forever.
I don't know.
She tripping.
Oh.
She lying about she gonna be in a relationship in 6 months. Watch.
If somebody come the right way, I might give it one more shot. I don't know. You gotta show me something I ain't never seen before.
You heard her.
So it's something she ain't never seen before. Come with it. I love that, baddest.
What
I
about you,
love
Simone?
I'm enjoying. I'm honestly enjoying myself. Like I'm
Yeah.
enjoying getting to know who I am. I've definitely learned my wants and needs in a relationship now. So this go around or the next go around, to be completely honest, y'all, I'm only planning on doing it one time.
That's what I'm saying.
One time. Marriage one time.
That's it.
But to get there, I'm definitely working on like building myself up. Kind of like how you were saying, to the point of like, okay, you approach me, this is my standard for myself.
Yes.
So I need your standard to be this as well. And we
Exactly.
move forward from there. But I'm honestly enjoying it. And I'm really not bothered, honestly.
Yes.
And that's how
Like,
that's the position
Yes.
you're supposed to be in when you're ready to receive your spouse. You should
Mhm.
never be like, ooh, I want my man. Or ooh.
Yeah.
Or ooh, I want my woman. You should be happy in your singleness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Typically that's the time when you
That's
meet
me.
your
I'm
boo.
so happy with life right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Castro, look, 7 years ain't truly 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years is 7 years.
7 years is 7 years. If you are official, it's 7 years.
Yeah.
You can date within them 7 years, but officially not being in a relationship.
Right.
But you didn't date either. Like y'all never
Oh,
said
yeah,
it was never that. I've been
Yeah,
around the
it
whole
was
time.
just like, no. Yeah. I don't, ooh.
We're debating
We
the
can put this
7
card
years.
down.
These comments are funny, y'all.
So y'all just know she ain't been alone for 7 years.
Not the baddest. 7 years.
Y'all just know.
Tyrone, bye.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Listen, baddest.
I said
Oh, okay.
She said what she said.
Y'all got the
okay?
right ones today.
Courtney said, "Single life is not for the weak." No, Courtney. I think I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think
You gotta
it
be
is
strong to
actually
be
for the
single.
Does
weak
that mean celibate?
because
too?
that's how
Right.
you build
Build yourself up. Exactly.
Because you
I
can
love
be coming
that.
from a relationship thinking you're so strong until you finally break down at that breaking point of the relationship,
Exactly.
and then you thinking about like, man, after a while, after this relationship is over, I'm like better now. Like you built that strength back,
Yes.
but it's better than what it was. Like you may have thought you were strong, but then like now you even more strong because you have the confidence. You love yourself more. Like it's just different. That single life different.
Okay, Monet.
But I mean, if you're in a happy relationship, don't let these down. It's 7 years. I said it again.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so Courtney says, I'm just reading the comments, y'all. Courtney says, I only believe Simone, Jesus. And Courtney also says, does that mean celibacy too? If not, you ain't alone. You're emotionally tied to somebody. Courtney, stay out our business.
Or physically
We
attached.
Stay
celibacy.
out our
I
business.
have been celibate for 7
I am
months.
abstinent as well.
It's been
And
7
yes,
long
we all
months.
should be.
Blessings.
I'm proud of myself though, y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Join the train.
Yes,
For you
absolutely.
I'm gonna join the train.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For real. He playing.
I had
Yes.
some things that happened in my life, and I
That
was
is
just like,
adding
you know what?
value to yourself.
Yes,
It
it
truly
is.
is. And anything else is taken away from it. Don't
Yeah.
don't allow society to fool y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, I learned my lesson, Jesus. All right. I don't talk about nothing that I ain't been through myself. So yeah,
Yes.
celibacy is definitely where it is today.
Yeah.
It also sharpens your focus and your
Absolutely.
dedication to yourself as well.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it's positive.
I'm messing with it.
Oh Lord. Courtney says you have to specify to them which Courtney is speaking, show.
Yes,
It's
y'all. The
your-
one
oh.
that said the
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, two different. Yeah.
There's a guy, Courtney. That's the one that's responding to y'all
Oh,
about the 7
yes.
years.
Yeah, that's how I figured.
But that was the Courtney
That's
y'all
for
know
Courtney.
from us.
That just asked that last question.
that asked the other
Oh.
question.
I'll say Courtney with the E for the
That
guy.
is that
Courtney
says
with the
single
E,
is
yeah.
not for the weak.
I knew it was a man when they said in Soldier Boy voice.
That's Soldier Boy.
I love it, y'all.
So you being
Why is you talking to me?
single and
She's trying to not answer that. You know what,
I am
y'all?
Cause she ain't
host.
slick.
You know what?
She ain't slick.
You know what? I'm gonna
I
talk to the
comment.
producer.
She ain't slick.
On
Go
the
ahead.
answers.
We're going to make a show where Lachelle has to sit and answer all of our
Oh,
And
questions.
she
I'm
will
so with
answer
it.
those
Just
questions.
her. No
This ain't
guests,
that show.
just her.
This ain't
But
that show.
I
but I'm
believe
with
that
it. I'm with it. I'm for it.
because
I
of
promise.
because of your experience, right? Personally, for as long as it's been as committed you have been in being absent and things like that, right?
Absolutely.
What was that experience like for you?
This night.
Yeah, I
what-
think it's
What
important.
segment is
Teach-
this?
Tati,
I don't
what
even
do you like to
understand the
know,
question.
right? What do you like to know and understand, right? From a
What's
woman
the
who have
question?
you being right
Uh-huh.
single and in keeping yourself right.
Absolutely.
Right. What was some of those experiences like for you? What was some of the challenges? What was some benefits from that for somebody who have been doing it for 7 months?
What is the
Again.
benefit of being abstinent?
Yeah.
See, y'all understand. I got in at 6 a.m. this morning.
I see.
Okay. I had so much fun, but I behaved myself. A benefit of being abstinent is I don't know, it's just freeing. You know,
Yes.
I feel like I'm in a very protected state.
Yes.
Men absolutely see me in a very bright light. You know, I noticed that, they have a certain level of respect. I think they see the strength and the innocence that comes with a woman being abstinent into herself.
Yeah.
And it makes him, just want to, it makes him, want to be with all of her and not just, a piece of her. He values her more, I would say. But other than that, I don't know. I don't typically like date. I've never dated like multiple men at a time or anything like that. So I was out here wasting my time or, spreading myself thin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm able to just pour more into me over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting full too. Getting full. No more questions for Lachelle. All right. It's my podcast. I'm just kidding, y'all. All right. Let's go, Queen.
Oh man, this sounds like a me question. It says, "Hubby Wubby, shine your light."
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Describe the man that you believe God has for you.
So there is a
That's a
reason.
broad.
No, it's not broad. You cannot know what you want if you can't specify.
But God
what you're
doesn't
looking
always
for,
give you
what
what
you're
you
waiting
want,
for.
though.
We ain't talking about that. In your mind, what do you believe? Like,
Okay,
how
so
do you picture him?
The reason why this question is actually hilarious is because I was actually just talking to two of my friends. Hey y'all, this morning about the needs and the wants of who you want to be with, because there's a difference.
Oh, okay.
Your needs and your want list of who you want is not the same.
Right.
Like, it's not the same at all. A want is, it'd be nice if he did this.
Mhm.
It'd be nice if he could have this.
Yes.
But a need is like, no, I need
better
you to do this. Like,
Right.
I need you to
better.
be this way. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, that's wisdom and maturity. To see it like that, that's wisdom and maturity. Go ahead.
Okay, so you want me to say mine
I want
specifically?
you to say yours.
Okay, well, I'm still adding and subtracting, so we gonna go with what I got so far.
Yeah. and mind you, you're putting it out there. You're putting it into the universe, in the atmosphere right now. So go on and speak it into existence.
So I learned that I need a leader. I need a man who can take charge, who can lead the family, who can lead me. I need someone who is above my growth level, because I need you to be able to elevate me. I need you to have a relationship with Jesus specifically, because if I say God, anybody can be your God, and I need it to be Jesus.
Yeah.
So
Be preaching.
I need you to have a relationship with Jesus, and I need you to be committed to growing as a man.
Yes.
I want.
Amen.
I want. I want them to be loving. I want them to be approachable. I want them to guide with peace and tranquility. You don't have to yell at me.
Yeah.
You can just, hey, you probably shouldn't. I want that. I want them to be spontaneous when it comes down to romance.
Yes.
And I want them to be family oriented. That's my list so far.
I'm with her. I don't got nothing to say. She got it.
Okay, so we're gonna take a brief intermission really quick. After Simone just said what she said. Hold on, where'd it go?
I said what I said.
So, of course, you're always going to walk away with something when you come on the Shine Your Light podcast, right? So, I want to give these ladies just a little journal for them to write in with a little pretty pen and all of that good stuff. And what I want y'all to do, do it if you want to do it, but I just simply recommend it. Write down, you probably already do, write down absolutely everything that you want in your mate. Anytime you're sad, anytime you're happy, whatever it is, you're angry at somebody, instead of snapping on them, write it down. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be like an outlet for y'all.
Okay.
And it's little, you can fit it in your purse, but I really, what is it? Write it down, write the vision down, make it plain, right?
Yeah.
So write it down, make it plain. Here's your gift on the Shine Your Light podcast. Who wants which color?
Let me pink.
You did that for Tinkerbell. Now I knew you was gonna go for that green.
I love Tinkerbell, y'all.
Yeah, she's
I'ma
just
fill
like
this
Simone wrote it. She writes everything down. Y'all write it down.
There's a lot of pages,
But
y'all,
that's crazy.
about what I want in a man. So if you
I
ain't,
wrote down what I wanted in a man.
I love it, as you should,
wrote
and that'll
it
help
down.
you recognize it.
I had edited. I wrote this down. It said, before it said February, but I wrote this down in June again this year.
Let's hear that.
Luke was first.
Courtney
Luke
said,
was
"I ain't get
first.
nothing when I came."
Okay,
Who's first on the list?
You do it to me.
Next time, Courtney.
So the headers, what I want in a man, and the first thing is gotta have money. But you don't gotta
That's coming
have
from
money,
the baddest.
You gotta have money. I don't know.
No, okay, I ain't gonna lie, but like
You want him to provide.
yes,
Absolutely.
there's
Nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
that.
No,
Because
it's
baby,
not.
I'm gonna provide back.
You gotta have money.
Exactly.
My
Increase
age
each other.
range is between, I'm changed this. I said 23 to 28, but it's at the 25 to 25 to 32 mark. So I went up now because I'm older.
Are y'all in y'all 20s?
Yeah, I'm
I'm an OG at the table, y'all.
I'm OG too. I'm OG too.
No, you are not.
31. I'll do that. I worked hard.
Okay, keep going.
Not a lot of people have it, but a high school diploma. You know, a lot of people don't have that. That's dudes.
Okay.
Very attractive, nice smile, family oriented,
Love it.
honest, loyal, real, only about me. 1 to 2 kids max. They be having 5 and you think you're supposed to settle. Like, baby, come on now.
Ooh-wee.
And then it sound bad, but a little thuggish.
Yeah, you even me, Lord. I
can't-
need you to have a little.
You know what I'm saying? We can't be in
A
a
little
little
bit.
situation.
And you scared 'cause
and
he done-
scared.
you know what
I'm
I'm saying?
scared. So you can't be scared.
Yeah.
For real.
So
Yes.
so pause for a moment. Can I just clarify what she mean by being a little thuggish? All right. So
Okay.
you got to have a balance, right?
Yes.
Which means that you cannot be too bad to where you ain't no good, right?
Exactly.
And you can't be too good where you don't know how to have some fun.
Exactly.
So just be that balance in between.
Yeah.
Like Tyrone, he out.
Hey, chill out.
He
Don't,
ain't
they don't
scared.
They trying to bring out the old you.
Tommy said it sounds like he is y'all best bet based on the man.
Oh, Tommy, we don't know nothing about you but your name.
Tommy with the
baby.
Tommy. Hey.
These comments is coming in, but keep going.
But that's what I have on there. That was what I wrote down. But I'm kind of like Britt Simone said,
Here's some more.
I wanted somebody to be for me and have my wants and also my needs. But it's okay. Like I won't say I'll settle, but I will learn a person. We can build together, and I just want that man to be the right man. I don't want to go through another hurt.
That's why you gotta be
I love it. I
Be
love
single
it.
for the rest of your life.
Honestly.
7 years is a long time.
She been preparing, y'all. She been
I've been
preparing.
preparing, but
yes. Yeah.
I switch up quick.
Come right, okay, or not at all. I love it.
No, that's
I
right.
love it. Someone, you want to read the comments coming in?
Yeah, we got let me see.
I knew this was gonna be a comment show.
Courtney, my guy. I can't say them all.
We not
I think
about
we could just go. We could just
Let's
go with Courtney.
do
Okay, go ahead. Whatever's in your spirit.
okay, let's do he said Ty, make it hard on them. Ask some follow-up questions.
Oh no,
bro.
no,
LOL.
bro. Look. So look, bro. The second segment of the show, I'm gonna take over, and trust me,
Yeah.
y'all gonna be
Oh, my
proud of me.
goodness.
I'm just letting them do their thing for right now.
He said, okay.
We might not get to that part. We might not have
Man.
enough time.
We gonna cut it short. Don't worry about it.
Ladies, he said, since Ty ain't asking, okay, y'all want all these. He said, okay, y'all want all this. What qualities do you have?
No. Do not
I'm
mention
like,
that.
I have
Don't
mines right
mention
here.
that. They're not. No, you
There's a
can't
card
ask no
for that.
questions. You can only add comments. The questions are on that card.
Yeah.
Keep
So stay
listening.
tuned.
There's question for
Exactly.
that, Courtney. We're gonna get there.
that
Okay,
part.
and then sis Courtney, she said, Ty, will God give you what you need in a spouse only, or will He throw in there some of your wants as long as it's according to His will?
Yes. The Bible does says that He will give you the desires of your heart. But we have to first recognize and understand that God deals with our needs first. After our needs, He supply our wants, and in that man, He will make sure that man have everything you need first,
Yes,
and
Lord.
then make sure that those wants are in addition to those needs.
Yeah.
So definitely, He will.
Oh, is that gonna be
Yep. Yes. ma'am.
These questions are hitting
All
home.
about you. Shine your light. What qualifies you to be a wife?
She better read those qualities she was
There you
just
go,
talking
Courtney.
about.
It was the next question.
Wait, yes, he was ready for that. What qualifies me to
It's all about
To be a wife.
self-reflection, y'all.
I said what I said was what I wanted myself. At the top of the list I put I want money. So you ain't gonna be the only person with some money. I'm gonna have some money.
Amen.
But I just want a real good career. Currently I'm working on opening my own shop.
Love it.
I just want to be a real nice businesswoman. I want to be able to network. So I'm working on my networking skills. So as a wife, you should be able to network just because you have to handle some business for your husband.
Yeah.
I do want to work on trust so I can be able to trust my husband without any questions. I don't want to have to question you. Another thing was I said I don't want any more kids, but for that right person, I would have a kid. So for me to be able to want to be someone's wife, I do have to have like other kids. Well, I don't have to have kids, but he wants to have kids.
Flexibility.
So, yeah, I have to.
I got you.
Another thing I think the most.
Y'all feel like she's saying this with an attitude too?
No, I'm not.
I sense a little attitude behind it. Like,
it's a serious
when she was going to the list of the men, it was and he ought to have this and this. When she going, yeah, I mean, little flexibility, and this is literally what I'm getting from her. I
feel like a man wants so much from a woman, and they can never give it back. And then when we give out some type of, they don't know how to take it. So if you guys know what I mean.
Describe how you love. Like, how would you love your mate? Describe how you would love.
I'm a very shy person. So
Okay.
when it's time to open up and it's time to love, you start saying love and I love you, I take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real affectionate. And I don't show it in front of people. So if I show I'm affectionate with you, that's different. You should love that. So my love, what I would say, is real deep and just untouchable.
Oh,
Okay,
powerful.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What's up, Thickest? What quality I used to be a wife? Oh, she had a ring too, y'all.
I was engaged. Well, we're not gonna talk about that.
Didn't work out. It wasn't meant.
No, it was not.
The best is yet to come.
Definitely
The
wasn't.
best is yet to come.
What qualifies me to be a wife?
Yeah. We spoke on what we want in a husband. Now it's time for that self-reflection.
I just feel like automatically out gate the type of woman I am that I just give off wife material no matter what. I'm respectable. When I'm in a relationship, I put my relationship first, my family first. It's all about us. I don't know. I just feel like I'm very caring. I'm very sensitive of what my husband would want out of me. So I just think I got all of the qualifications to give him that. I do love kids, but I'm not having any more. So that would disqualify me right there, because if he wants one, I'm not having any more. I have two. So my husband has to already, come with his own, or we're gonna have to get past that. I'm not for sure. I know how to be a woman. I know how to handle business. Like Monet said, she got her own little thing going. I do too. I'm in the middle of opening a daycare. So the finances have to come both ways. So we're both able to provide, because anything can happen, with him that was unexpected. And then, the bills or anything might have to fall back on me for a little bit. And I'm okay with that, because if we both was providing that first and, it falls back on me, then I should be able to handle that. We shouldn't fall apart because he can't handle it, so
Teamwork makes the dream.
Y'all
work.
definitely some grinders. That's why I know y'all know. We was squad
To
for
the
real.
death.
yeah. But I'm not disrespectful to my husband. I'm not gonna call you out your name. I'm not gonna put my hands on you if I don't have to. I've learned on that. I'm not gonna do that anymore.
You don't have to. What?
That's not right. I mean, I tend to get taken there, but like I said, I worked on my last relationship. That was so I'm not gonna touch you. I don't want to do that. If I gotta touch you, then we don't. You know what I'm saying?
What's wild about this is that when they were talking about the qualities of the guys, they had this long list. They knew it. They was confident. They was already ready. Now that it's their turn, they got to think about it.
So what I will say, and I've done this for myself, write down, if you want to, I've done this for me, the qualities that I believe I have, and then also write down what you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
I still
and then
feel
work
like
towards that.
there's a lot that I need to.
We all do.
take
We
on before I
are
become a wife.
all forever growing. The question is what direction you're going in, in this moment, in this present time. Am I going towards this growth, or am I writing stuff down and it looks like I'm going backwards?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to make it, put it in writing, make it concrete to kind of see exactly where we are. Thank you. I like that. Amen. It's things that I've learned in my journey. Amen. All right, Simone,
It's my turn.
Your turn.
Okay, what qualities do I have to be a wife? Everything I
She
said I
already a
wanted.
wife. Jesus.
Everything, honestly,
You ain't gotta say that.
everything
You ain't
I
gotta
just
say
said I
that.
wanted in a man. I do obtain that. Like, and I'm not trying to boast.
She's just waiting on a ring.
I'm not trying to boast. I'm dead serious, y'all. Like, I am
We all
confident in myself. I'm committed to my relationship with Jesus. Okay. I can be soft. I can be gentle. I'm still working on it. Don't get me wrong, which is why I ain't trying to be with nobody. But I can be soft. I can be gentle. Love
Right,
being
man,
with
it's gonna pull
children.
that out of you
Like, yeah,
automatically.
I'm very confident. Committed to
that's
my
right.
growth. I'm committed to growing. And I can honestly say that I'm being the best version of myself every minute of the day. Like, whether that is a fall, if I trip, if I mess up, I can honestly say that I'm committed in getting up, trying it again, and still being the best version of myself. So everything I just asked for, I'm not gonna ask for it. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask for it.
I love it. She said she is the best version of herself, fellas.
Oh.
Y'all gonna get y'all feelings hurt.
Which is the purpose of the Shine Your Light podcast, to influence you to become the best version of who you are, not like nobody else, the best version of you. Amen. Amen.
Yes.
All right. So next card.
Ooh, I'm scared.
We almost done, y'all.
Besties.
Yeah. Sound like a
your-
situational
yeah.
question.
All right. You're dating a man who has a lot of female friends. Do you try to make friends with them or keep things separate? Personally, it really all depends. I'm not gonna go in and try to like bombard my way into their relationship, because what I found out is that no matter what, even if I go make friends with that female and I feel like, hey, it's cool, everything is cool between us, you still never know a female's intentions at the end of the day. So I don't really try to make friends with people that I don't really know, especially if you friends with my man. I don't know. I probably would keep things separate until a certain extent. If I see like y'all, it's genuine, you want to be my friend, we can be cool and all of that, like, and we're both women about it, and they're genuinely just friends and they got history and stuff like that, that's fine. I'm not gonna come, and try to stump through something that you guys had already, going on or something. Like, y'all could have been friends before I came along. I'm not gonna try to make him not be her friend anymore or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna have confidence and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna accept it, but I'm not gonna try to go make friends with my man's female friends unless they come to me. So if they want to be my friend, then we could be friends. But
All right.
no.
I ain't even gonna hit nothing on this thing. I'm gonna let all y'all answer this one because I think this is a really good topic. So
I'm gonna just go with the flow. I really don't. I don't really like jam with females, because females be spiteful. Like she said, like, you don't know what they really got going on. So to be honest, I'm gonna just go with the flow. Like, hey, I ain't gonna be like, excuse my language. Like, she around. Like, no, I'm gonna be like, hey, that's or stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be trying to push to be her friend or anything like that. Like, that's just not me. and I'm not gonna fake it either. I'm gonna let you know. We gonna go on vibes. Like,
Yeah.
if I like the vibe, then that's cool. If I don't like the vibe, I'm gonna distance myself from
Exactly.
you. Maybe the other little friends are cool. You know, you never know. I'm gonna just.
Yeah.
But
depend on the
you
female.
cool with him having female friends?
You can have female because I'm gonna have men
Yeah.
friends. I don't mean I'm with that man friend or we did anything, but that's my friend. You can't be upset because you have women friends.
Right. But my thing is, real quick, y'all, it's okay for them to have friends, but when it comes to the female, they feel like the female can't have friends no matter what. Every guy want to do this to you or they want to do that. They look at you like this or they look at you like that. So all my relationships, I was never able to have friends at all. Like, at all. It was always a problem. They want to talk to you. They don't look at you. Man, that ain't that. That ain't that. Like, it just...
It's like they waiting their
It's a
turn.
mess.
Because Buddy tried me one time. Like, yeah, I had to get out of the car. Like, hold on.
Oh, she was
'Cause,
dating someone and he
yeah.
had an issue with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it was me and her interaction that made him
Okay.
feel uncomfortable in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was like, I know her, she know me. She
Some
know how
men can
we
be
interact.
insecure
Right.
about their
So it was
woman
like, hold
looking
on.
at a man,
Yeah.
on a high
Talk to
level.
Buddy, because.
Buddy ain't Buddy, baby Buddy.
But it's crazy because I
Buddy.
see him a lot and we cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
Which
we.
They don't lie.
Which Buddy? Give me a little hint.
No, we're gonna talk about it out of the
ABC.
show.
Tyrone, bye. No. Let's go.
I need to. What's the question again?
Bye.
How do you feel? Yep. How do you feel about your mate having female friends? Yeah.
Okay, so they got a lot of female friends. How do I feel?
Well, not even how do you feel about it, but would you try to make friends with those females? Or
Oh.
keep your distance? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna comment on this one, y'all. I think I'm a little different when it comes.
I'm gonna let her
this
pick
subject.
and choose today because we're gonna have some
Yo.
set up for her soon. And she ain't gonna be able to run.
I don't be running. I might be jogging just a little bit.
But she ain't ready.
I ain't running now.
Ooh.
Yeah. how
The
you
bad
feel,
part about
Simone?
this is that they don't just know the old version of him; they know the old version of me too.
I love it.
So that makes this question hilarious. But
Love it. Love it. Growth, y'all. Growth. I
yes,
love it.
the growth version of me.
I love
I'm really not bothered by him having female friends. And to be honest, side note, females, why can we never
it. I like where she's going with this.
yes, why can we never coexist? Like, I've ran into so many females who's like, I can't keep female friends. I can't keep female friends, literally. Like, I don't know what it is as to why. Like, there's always something. And the couple of female friends I do have, like, I have to hold them real tight because it's like it's impossible for us to get along with each other. But besides the fact, I really don't jam with too many females in the first place. So I'm not going to force it, kind of like what you were saying.
Right.
I'm not going to force it. If we naturally become cool, we naturally become cool. But I'm not gonna force the situation. I'm not gonna force us to talk and jam and hang out, and I'm not gonna do that. If we end up being that way, then we can be that way. I'm always gonna be cordial. I'm always gonna leave the door open because at the end of the day, I think also it depends on how close of a friend are we talking to.
Yeah.
Because you can have those friends that's like, oh, we just cool. Like,
Cordial.
we cool. When I see her, I see her. Like, and then you have those like, no, that's my sis. Like, this is my friend. We've been down for this many, years. Like, they not going nowhere. This is what's going on. Like, and those are the ones that I feel like I have to kind of pay attention to, not for bad reasons, but like okay, if he's really close to you, then there has to be a quality that's seen in you that he really likes. So I have to pay attention to see if you are somebody that's going to jam with me.
Yes.
Just based off the fact that if we're all going to be, family, then I need to have that family feel towards you.
Yes.
But as far as like pushing the envelope and forcing I'm not forcing the situation. I'm sorry.
Amen.
So I'm a little different when it comes to this topic, y'all. I'm a little different when it comes to this topic. I'm a little bit more rigid, right? So like you said, if y'all are cordial, we're all gonna be cordial. in business and networking, all of that with the opposite sex. That's absolutely fine. That's normal. A person is free to do that. As far as friendships, established friendships, I do not believe we should have friends of the opposite sex outside of our relationship. So if that's your friend, there should be no issues with them being my friend. And if there's an issue there, there's an issue here. That makes no sense. Why we wouldn't be able to, you know what I'm saying? I have to look at the camera and not Ty because he feels the complete opposite of me when it comes to this. But that is for me. That's my relationship. No, I want us to be so solid. If you're not friends with my wife, why would you expect to have any type of friendship with me and vice versa? You're going to respect my husband if you're going to be my male friend. And yes, I want y'all to kick it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We kick it all together. But I'm very rigid, y'all, when it comes to that. And I will make that known, of course, with my mate. Amen. Won't he do it? I know that's Go ahead, Ty.
I wasn't going to sound it. I said I'm going to wait till my segment comes.
Go ahead.
To really...
Go ahead, y'all. Let's get through the questions. What time? Okay, we got time. Go ahead.
Okay.
I did want to say though, sometimes you just don't mesh with individuals, and that's okay. You don't have to force it or anything like that. Just keep your friends. I keep mine.
It's on me.
I just want to say
right. Those small little bowls.
Slight jab.
I like these.
Appreciate you for being a part of the show, Courtney, the beautiful Courtney, and also King Courtney with an E. Gotta clarify.
Okay. It says the weight.
Ooh.
Shine your light.
Shine your light. Well, this don't count for you, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I got nervous because when she said the weight, I'm like, Lord, what are we waiting on? It says your future husband is a minister and is abstaining from sex. Do you honor his request?
I know several men.
Explain.
I know several men who are ministers who are, they don't want to be intimate with anybody. They're not virgins, but they don't want to be intimate with anybody until they're married. Now you are also abstinent. So you are okay with that. That's perfect for y'all. So, not the best question for this one, but a lot of women who may not be on that particular journey might feel some type of way because they want, a little snack before the meal. You know what I'm saying? So
it's women in the church that actually tell younger women to test drive first, so you know what type of car you buy.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either, but they tell
that,
them that. Yeah.
But I want to know how y'all feel about it. So you can speak about how you feel about it and why. Well, what about your earlier self? Would you have felt the same?
No, my earlier
most people won't feel the same. Go ahead.
My earlier self was in a rebellious stage though, so that's my earlier self knew, but that was a whole different thing of doing.
Some women might even see it as a red flag, like what's really going on. You got to really have trust.
So just to clarify, y'all aren't married yet,
right?
Okay. So y'all are either engaged or talking or dating. Dating. Okay.
That's your future.
Do you honor the request? Number one, yes, because if I'm not honoring the request, then what am I doing?
Raping.
So yes, we're honoring the request. Am I okay with honoring the request?
I didn't think that through.
Am I okay with honoring the request?
Men go through it too. I just want to put that out there.
Yes.
The only time that'll be used on the Shine Your Light podcast.
I don't know. She got me last time with the shoulder movement. I didn't even know it was moving. I had to hold on. Like, we don't do that. No. Like, there we go. Look at that. See.
I could die with him. That's
yes. I would be perfectly fine with doing that. Number one, you have to first dive into what sex is in the first place, which sex is a soul tie.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look at you as like the light of my world if you come to me like that, because it's like so much focus comes from abstaining from sex. And then you're breaking so many soul ties with multiple people with experimenting with having sex too. Yes. So it's like, So you willing to, you know what I'm saying, save yourself for marriage, and you're willing to be so focused. And then too, that means that as a minister, you're being focused on the word.
Right.
So you're doing what you have to do. So yeah, I'll be perfectly fine with that. Actually, that probably will make me want you more.
Absolutely.
Because you are willing to do that. So yeah.
I agree. So question for you, Miss Simone. Now, what if it was the opposite, and most men, you know, reality are not in that position.
Mhm.
So what if he was just like, you know, he proposed to you and he felt like y'all should be intimate during the engagement phase? How would you operate in that? What advice would you give somebody already in that position?
And he's a minister?
No,
because that makes me question your relationship.
What if
with
he's
God.
not a minister? He's just a regular.
Oh, if you're
guy
not a
that works at
minister,
We Energy. Shout out to
Because I
We
think it's easy to
Energies.
ask the question without those things.
yeah,
That's the whole
it's
minister
like,
thing, giving escape.
Right.
yeah, because it's like
So
if
just
you're
a
a
regular
minister
guy,
and
yeah.
you don't understand that makes me question
Right,
you
like-
a lot. Like we need to put a pause
Like, for real,
on trying to get married.
But it don't necessarily mean he's a bad guy too.
Right.
It's depending on the space, you know, that he's
Sometimes,
in
yeah.
too, and God gives grace too. So understand that as well. So it's okay, fellas,
'Cause
if
he
you are
been
in that
there.
kind of in that state,
He's
right?
been there.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen. Amen. I was just wanted to
nah.
put that out there.
Fellas, it's not okay. No.
I don't know. I feel like I'll be like, how about we pray about it?
Right.
Honestly,
Pray
that's
on
gonna
it.
make him. I believe that's gonna make
Soft
him want
answer.
you more.
Mhm.
You know, because he will be a fool to go somewhere else, and honestly, they'll allow someone else to get you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's gonna make him
But there's so many, you know,
speak on it.
because this year we've been learning a lot about God's grace and purpose. So that's why I said let's pray about it, because I genuinely mean that. Like you never know what he's dealing with and what he got going on, and God will allow grace for certain situations. So that's why my first response definitely would not be, yeah, like we get married, might as well. I
Right,
definitely
no,
will be
stop
like,
not wrong.
let's pray about it and let's wait for a response and a confirmation, a couple of confirmations, and we make a decision.
Yeah.
That's wisdom. That's wisdom.
Yes.
I love it. Ladies.
Outside of him being a minister, just a regular guy.
Well, no, he's a minister in this case, and he's abstaining from intimacy. Are y'all okay with that?
Yeah, I would be. It'd be something
I'd be
different.
Definitely okay with it.
That'd be something
Yeah.
different.
I mean,
Because then,
I
like
like
you said, before you said it teaches you value. So it's like,
Yeah.
he value himself. Like you ain't out here just doing stuff.
and then there's so much more you can learn about each other without the sexual
Mhm.
intimacy. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely wait.
It would just hurt, when you married and you find out it ain't what it was supposed to be.
Sometimes you gotta.
praying
But
about
you can-
it.
You gotta love
read
somebody
the
through
man,
things. You know what I
like,
mean?
You
So-
can still, without the sexual part, you can still
but
you
you
can.
can tell, like, if it's gonna still.
No,
be-
you can't tell.
also
nowadays.
too, let's
mean,
understand that in
yeah,
today's
yeah.
age, though, you can fix certain situations of that thing.
Yeah.
So there are things out here that could actually make up for those things.
Did you know
Yeah,
how to
those
drive
are
when you
complicated.
the first time you drove a car?
No.
Okay,
But
you
gotta
kept
keep
practicing.
So we gonna keep.
There you
And
go.
then at a point in time,
Because
it's
you
gonna
have to
be,
learn
you
each
gotta
other.
make it. Yeah.
Now, I will say, so Tommy actually came on the show. I'll share this with you guys. And he basically said he noticed when he is not super aggressive to a woman today, sometimes they're almost like, what's wrong with you? Like, why you ain't, you know what I'm saying, trying to be sexual with me? Why you ain't, So how do y'all feel about a man, being more patient in that sense? Or
I like
how do
that.
you
I
look
love
at
it.
it? Okay.
I don't like
love it.
aggression.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
aggressive,
I
like,
love
hold
it.
on.
Yeah.
I don't like aggression.
Yes.
So I feel like the women he was dealing with probably aren't just used to
Right.
it. A lot of women aren't used to that. So that should be appreciated, ladies, when a man is trying to get to know you and not just trying to get in your
Yeah.
jammies.
Especially
Yeah.
if y'all like, consistent with it, then they'll let you know he's really into you. Like,
Yes.
and that's important.
Yeah.
He's not just worried about your body, you know what I'm saying? And he into you. You don't come across that a lot.
Said
nowadays.
the thickest. Amen. Won't he do
Said by the
it?
thickest.
For real. Yeah, I love
I
that.
love it too. All right, ladies, go for it. I think we almost done.
Yeah.
Probably got one.
Shine your light. Your partner cheated and advise that it was a mistake and will never happen again, do you accept him or her back? Ooh, you're going to do a lot of praying for sure.
Now she want to bring prayer in. It wasn't even in none of her qualities before. But now prayer in there.
Because I just feel like, because when you do, like, I ain't gonna lie, like when you are going through some things, you pray. Like that's
Yes.
what I do. Like when I'm going through some
Absolutely.
things, I pray, or when I have a blessing, I pray. So I pray, like when stuff happens. But when you cheat, you broke all trust, Lord. Remember I talked about trust, Lord, real. So like it's just, I don't know. I feel like it don't be there no more. It ain't the same. So I don't think I could accept him back fully.
Amen. Same. I'm not accepting him back. I'm back. All right.
She
I will
answered that though,
forgive
y'all.
him.
Yeah.
I will forgive him, but it's a no for me.
And as far as a setback, like, you know, back in a relationship,
Yeah.
the old me, yes, 1,001 times. You know what I'm saying? You didn't mean to. You didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But me now, no. I mean, it's 2023. We're all grown. We know what we want. Like, you know, when you know what you want, like, there's no mistakes. You knew what you were doing. You know, you weren't forced to have sex with her. You did it because you wanted to. So, no, not in this era. No.
That's wild.
Okay. Simone.
It looked like you was trying to say something.
Simone answered this
Go
question.
ahead.
I was trying to get him
already.
to say
I
whatever he
trust
was
you.
gonna say first.
I trust you.
How deep into this question do y'all want me to get?
D.
We got some more questions, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll make it quick. So the short version. Short version. Kind of trying to capitalizing off of a previous podcast. I believe that when it comes down to cheating, women can handle that a whole lot better than men. So when it comes down to cheating, I'm not one to just automatically be like, no. Because I understand that if it is something that I want to work through, and it has to be something that I want to do, I'm willing to work through and I'm willing to get past. I do think that it's very possible to get past it just because we were built that way. God created us that way. I definitely think that you're going to have to ask some questions because we do need to know why you cheated. Is there something going on as to why you cheated? Is it something that I did as to why you cheated? Is this a personal battle that we need to struggle through? Because, you know, if this is something that's it's childhood thing or, you know, a lust battle, maybe you actually love that person, like, those are all the questions that we need to go through first to figure out why the cheating happened. But from there, you take it, and if it's like, oh, you know, it genuinely was a mistake, or okay, it's a battle, or okay, maybe it was something that I could fix on my end to help you out. Maybe your drive was a little higher, and I wasn't, you know,
No excuses.
doing what I need to do. Those are all the things that I personally am more open to. Like I said, how I look at it is God is willing to give us grace when we sin over and over and over and over again. Right. So I feel like as a woman, knowing that God put that in me to be able to heal you through it or love you through it or help you through it, I'm more willing to put the time in. Also, it's the type of man that you are.
That's the biggest
Are you
thing.
worth me putting the time
Right.
in?
That's the
Because
biggest
if you're someone who I was already thinking that we were not gonna stay together anyway.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just gave me an excuse to go ahead and cut ties. But if it's like, no, I can genuinely see who he is. I can genuinely see the type of person that he's going to be, and I'm willing to invest in it, then I'm willing to stick it out.
Okay, I like that. And if God speaks to you and tells you, you know, to stay, then you have to be obedient to God in that case. I will say I know several marriages and relationships where a partner, whether it be the man or woman, has cheated and they work through it and stay together. I will also say, though, I don't think a man should be given more grace than a woman. You know what I'm saying? In that case. So I feel like it goes either way. He ain't built for it and she ain't built for it either. You know, personal opinion in that case. But if God, you know, puts it in your spirit and tells you to stay with this particular person, to trust me, I got him and I got you, then yes, you do have to be obedient in that case. Lord, don't Don't give me that test, okay?
Give it to a
Because I
Lord,
may not, I
'cause-
will not pass. I won't pass because God knows me.
Shine
And once
your
that
light.
trust is broken,
Shine your light
listen,
podcast.
See, I've been in
it's a no for me.
I've been in a situation before, and that might be no, I don't think it's being biased because I could back this up through the Bible. But I've been in a situation before where I was in a situation where the trust was completely gone. It was absolutely none, right?
Right.
And it got rebuilt. So it's like I can no longer say if you break my loyalty or you break my trust, I will never trust you again. I can never say that.
Right.
So I think that makes me more open to those type of situations as well.
Right.
But two, we can kind of back this up with being a virtuous woman. It's a love thing. Like it's the amount of love on the inside of you. Like I pour into myself so much to where I feel like I can give that amount of love out.
I love that.
That's
I can't
powerful.
love you while you're hurting me though. I love myself too much.
Right.
Man. But again, it's all about being obedient. And I do believe it takes a lot of strength, you know what I'm saying, to forgive a person and to obey God when God is telling you to stay. But God would have to tell you to stay because he also could be telling you and showing you and revealing who this person is.
Right.
So it's going to take that discernment and that wisdom to understand,
Right.
you know, which is which, because we're not doormats, right? And we do have to teach people how to treat us. And I'm going to teach him that this is not okay. Amen. Because I don't have to be with you. God gave me an out and somebody else can receive this blessing. Amen. Won't he do it?
If it's okay this month, I feel like if they cheat, okay, yeah, I do accept you back. It could be like, okay, we doing good, we doing steady. It's a year later or whatever. Feelings done got deeper. We done got more engaged into each other, and then boom, then you cheat again. It's gonna be harder for me to leave you this time around.
Exactly.
So the first time, I'm just gonna go.
And in the back of his mind, honestly, he probably like, she gonna forgive me.
Again.
But again, that depends on the type of man.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that is where
that
your
a
wisdom
man-
gets kicked
Exactly.
in. Because
that discernment.
if he's the type of man, like I said, who is dedicated
Right.
and determined to
Right.
get to his growth within himself, not even just within a relationship. And then also, again, that's why you have a man who's after God's heart. You have a man who's chasing who God is,
Yeah.
who Jesus is,
Amen.
because that'll
Amen,
kind of
preacher.
eliminate some of those things. Like that's where that comes in. Like I'll be able to tell, okay, now you think I'm gonna just take you back every time.
Right.
Like you
Right.
don't gotta be stupid.
Right.
Don't be stupid.
Exactly.
Don't be foolish.
Exactly.
You can still be wise in it.
Listen to that voice. Listen to God. And honestly, Ty the guy, I gotta tell your business, is an example of a man. I'm gonna tell mine too. Y'all know I do. He's an example of a man who has cheated, and it's evidence that you know that you can move past that and grow from that.
Yeah.
You know, I had two men on the show recently. Both of them cheated, and both of them regretted it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe that mistake should be
I
held
regret mine.
over their head. Jesus, do y'all hear this?
We live life with no regrets over here.
Oh Lord.
It's just more to it. That's all.
Accountability.
I said what I said. That's what I want to hear.
I said what I said.
I give it to him. I'm be fair, Jesus. Go ahead, Ty. It seemed like you wanted to say something.
I believe that topic, it's always predicated on the person. Who have you shown me consistently? Have you shown me a person
That's
who have
powerful.
always went or posed adversity and always overcame? If you show me that type of person, then I know you can get past this. Now, what she said, it's about having a conversation, because I know that in today's generation, oftentimes, and I'm just referring it according to the question, a lot of women and their friends tell them that you did nothing wrong. And we live in today's age where both parties and on both sides added to what the problem is. And you can't always tell a person that they didn't do something wrong, because it takes their accountability out of the situation. And I'm speaking just from my marital standpoint.
Right.
You know, there are things that the Bible does say. You don't abstain from certain things because the tempter comes to tempt. If you would have covered that area in your marriage, there would have never been a temptation. That's just how that goes.
Not necessarily.
The Bible would have never said it if it wasn't. God knows.
Don't blame me for you cheating.
No,
That has nothing
we're
to
not
do
saying
with
what
me.
we're
Right.
blaming. What we're saying is when you're in a marriage, you have to cover one another. That's your
Absolutely.
job. You know,
Absolutely.
over in this area, who's saying no? The one who's saying no is creating the problem.
Absolutely.
So
No,
that's what
I'm
I'm
not saying
saying.
that you
Like,
should abstain from your husband. I'm not saying that at all.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
But
it ain't about
I don't think that should
excuses.
be an excuse. Yeah.
We live in a generation where we call truth excuses. Truth isn't an excuse. Truth is just truth. That's a fact.
That
This
would
is
be
what the
reason
situation
for the
was.
cheating.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right,
You're
his
not necessarily
reaction.
blaming the
Okay.
person, but you're saying this situation here. You know,
Okay.
if we can identify that together and understand, if what's been taken into an account, you know, you don't really have this over here.
Right.
Now, if you taking care of what you have to and you covered your part, you doing what you're supposed to, and this man step out and do what he done, it's 100% on him. You had nothing to do with that. Then your friend or your family can tell you done nothing wrong. But if you cannot say 100% that you didn't add to or didn't do anything, then you have to take some type of accountability about it. And that kind of falls into, like I said, forgiveness, to help and be like, okay, we can build towards this. Because if that person has been consistent with being a leader, that person have been consistent with doing what he or she had to been doing, you know what I'm saying? You got to have some type of understanding. Now, oftentimes, you know, God does give you the say so to leave the marriage.
Absolutely. Gave you
And
a
sometimes,
whole out.
yeah, sometimes God will tell you to stay. And in this case, when I did what I did, he wanted us to stay together, but I choose to walk away
And
from
you're
it.
walking in grace now.
Right.
You're walking in grace now, you know. So
I had to go through some things, but
You
at the
walking in
same
grace
time,
now. Me,
you
I'm
know.
speaking as a woman who has never cheated in my life. So I wouldn't expect it from my spouse. And I don't
Right.
believe that God would take me through that. I've been through the mud. I've been through the fire. I've been through a whole bunch of things in life.
And
I don't
there's
think
more.
that's about that. That won't be one of them.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
will
saying.
take that out.
Yeah.
Can
I
I-
would
I don't
take
agree
it's a
with
no.
you.
It's
for
also
me.
depending on where you are, individually. You know, like I said, you get to make the choice. He knows if you can't handle it, then you know, walk away from it, because
Yeah.
again, you can
He knows
just
for when
create disaster.
Listen, it's already the precedence is already going to be set when I get into that relationship that this is a no-go. This will not be a conversation that needs to be had at any point in time. You know, if you do it and I find out, you know what it is, and I'm gonna be so
So you
nice
tell him to
about
do
it.
it and just keep it.
Oh, I'm gonna be
hidden.
so nice about it as I'm packing. You know, your stuff.
Folding the clothes.
Folding your
Yeah.
clothes.
She lied. She
Yes,
gonna be
you
playing
know.
Beyonce and
You
everything
You
else
broke
up
the
in that time.
contract. Yes, I pray for you. I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all the
totally
best.
understand you didn't mean
You know,
to.
God bless.
I
you
just
know.
kind of have a question
Yeah.
because I'm gonna give the example of what you just said
Mm.
in hood form.
I love it. Make
So
it
I have a
plain,
question
girl.
first though. I hope it's not in here. Between the ladies, when y'all get mad at y'all man
Mhm.
to discipline him,
Mhm.
do you cut sex off?
No.
No.
Sometimes it's better when you're mad, but
Yeah.
Baby, I'm gonna go get dressed. I'm gonna be cute. You gonna call me later. That's what's gonna happen.
yeah. And what are you mad for? What are we mad about? Like what happened? So I think it's
Yeah, it's
situational,
a
but I don't think you should
situation.
abstain from your spouse.
Because
Again, this is
there's
spouse.
there's a lot of you know, female minds out here. Y'all know
Yeah.
I stay coming at the females.
Get them, girl.
Good.
It's a lot of female
Get 'em.
minds out
Get
here
'em.
that believe, oh, and this comes from the older generation, because like my grandmother and my great aunts, and this is literally what they say. Like, if that man ain't acting right, you got to train that man, and you train that man by cutting it off.
Using
Nah.
it as a tool.
Hey,
Oh, you ain't do this,
That's
Not
cut
a
it
real one.
off, right?
Not a real one.
But-
Go ahead and find something else.
Exactly, and that's
Auntie
how you
Grandma
get in
them
that
is somewhere sad 'cause
situation.
Uncle Elroy
But don't do that,
left.
because I ain't go out and seek it.
No,
It'll
no,
just, you
I'm
know,
not
it
talking
just
about
be
what.
falling on my
I'm
I'm
lap.
not talking about what you just said.
Throwing at you, Lord.
I'm talking about the overall situation.
It tripped.
Because
Bye.
that's where the accountability comes in. That's what I'm getting to. That's where the accountability comes in, right? Because if you have this conversation and now he's went out and he's cheated, and you know, women are very quick to, he did this, he's terrible, and he just ain't nothing, right?
Mm.
But if you actually sit down and have a conversation and you go, well, auntie, we had an argument and I cut him off for like 3 weeks,
No, it's a no.
and then he
Drink
cheated.
this whole bottle.
Then it's like, okay, well, the accountability comes in because you cut him off. And then his accountability obviously is going to be, well, he didn't have to entertain
Right.
but it's accountability both ways. So it kind of is explaining what you were saying.
So one of the women from Mary, and I can't think of her name. She's married. I can't think of her name, but she did a whole podcast, a whole interview with her husband, speaking about how he cheated. She abstained from sex in the marriage. They was arguing. And she forgave him because she identified that as the reason. So couples are absolutely going through that. No, you should not abstain. Well, two rights don't make a wrong.
No.
Two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? No, you shouldn't abstain from your spouse, and no, you shouldn't cheat. Eliminate both of those things from the relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And live in bliss. Amen. Want to do it?
Mhm.
Get them right, ladies. Get them
Yes.
right. Get her right too, though, Lord. Get her right too. All right. Final two cards, and then we can go under the fire with Ty's questions. I'm not answering. I'm the host.
Shine your lights.
Yes. Shine bright. Uh-oh. Oh, I know which one. Those, yeah. I love it. Go on and read it. You can read it. Go on and read it and then choose.
Give this card to anyone and ask them to share their best dating story. Are you participating?
No.
Just say no.
I wrote the cards. I did my part.
She can't do that.
I did my part.
Is it just between us, or because I really want to give it to Tyrone?
Because she know I got
Go ahead.
everybody
No,
know I
you
got
can
a
give it to
wild
Tyrone.
situation.
Nope,
That's
he's in
crazy.
it.
I really want to know.
Tyrone is in it as the co-host. The host, though, is different. The host will not be the
What did you say?
participant.
You got to share your
get
best
very
dating
detailed with
story.
it, but make it quick because we do got 3 cards.
Yes, and I want to get your
Let's go.
questions in.
All of my stories are wild. Don't know if you want to
Bring it on. The best.
The
You heard
best
it say
one.
the best.
That's a lot.
You somebody's husband, so I'm sure you done did some great dates and
The
romantic.
best. And why?
I mean, he's not somebody's husband. For
I
real,
had a
but,
lot
like,
of them.
he's a
That's why I'm
husband.
saying you can't really. But well, I'll say it in terms of a woman actually taking me out, right?
I love it.
Had
I
everything
love
set
it.
up, everything right, everything paid for, didn't have to come out of pocket or anything. Basically, we on a boat ride, nice scenery, wine. We had it was a bottle in the water, so the guy was steering everything, so we had a driver, and it was like a bottle in the water. My mind is focused on something else. I was, looking on
Tyler
a boat,
guy,
we in there,
everybody.
some water,
Tyler
we can make it man.
guy.
So he like the dude, the driver, like, look, ain't it something up over there? I look over there. It's like it's a bottle in there. It got her how she feel about me, in there, and I'm like, man, this is dope. Like, yeah, everything was right.
That's amazing.
And and of course I'm gonna add my, because of course I put the humor and the entertainment in, and I wanted to test her. Because I'm a spontaneous man. That's who I am. And this was, back then, don't judge me. So basically, I was trying to, get in the boat, of course, because we out in the middle, and I was testing bro to see was he gonna let it go. I was gonna cash out him the money and everything. So
I don't know what this is.
I told you I have wild stories. You want to know the? That's why you can't have the old squad on. They be knowing stuff. That's why she gave me that car. I knew she was gonna do that. But I mean, he knew what I was on. So once he parked, he like, look, I'm gonna go take care of what I got. He's like, I'm gonna give y'all some time. He was like, look, bro, you ain't got too long. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he was cool. I cashed out some nice. Couldn't, finish because she was, a little nervous, but we did finish out because the scenery looked like
not
Little
too
Italy.
many details.
I'm honest. So, but the scenery was nice. It's like you was in Italy and
His
everything. Like
was
everything was nice. So
amazing,
I love
like
it.
to have it in that scenery and stuff was dope.
She planned it, paid
I
for
love
it.
Yeah, she did her
it.
thing. She did her
That's
thing. I gave her her
amazing.
props. Like that
men
was
like
that
to
was
be
what's up.
catered to and all that.
Yeah,
good
they
stuff,
do.
but they have to be deserving of that.
Yeah.
Ty is definitely a man that's deserving of
That's
that.
what's
So
up.
good
most
job,
definitely.
Queen.
I know my worth, my value, my stature, my
Ain't nobody got time. Cut the mic. Cut the mic. So, all right.
That card
Next
here.
card. Yep.
Yep,
Next
it's on
card.
Simone.
I feel like it keep being on me.
We're just gonna go one at a time.
No.
One. Yeah. One question per person.
Okay. Shine your light. You date a man who will only date what?
Dutch. I spelled it right.
Yeah, but my mind Never mind. My mind auto-corrected it to something else. You date a man who will only date Dutch because he was taken advantage of in the past. Will you proceed to dating him?
I see the baddest over there, like
Somebody else to do it. Cheat.
It's on Simone.
Okay, can we break this down first?
he got trauma. You know, he got trauma from being taken advantage of in the past, and this is what he's presented to you. I really want to get to know you, but my guard is up, my shield is up. I really like you. You know, you don't know him too well, but this is how he wants to date.
So I don't have a problem with dating him. My problem is what happens in the dating process, right? Because the dating process, the goal is to get to know each other.
Right.
So if you have a guard up the whole time, how hard do you expect me to beat these walls down
Right.
to get to the actual dating process? Because
That's
is what
good.
dating is. Getting
really
to know
good.
each other, diving, deep in, seeing if we're compatible, seeing if this is worth us basically putting time in. So I don't necessarily have a problem dating you. I more so have a problem with, are you going to stay that way? Are you going to stay closed off?
I love it.
So
I
you will
love
proceed.
it.
I would proceed, but it is a
Proceed with
question.
caution.
Yeah, I have a question of, are you willing to open up? Like,
I also want to address this at the end too when they die.
Go ahead, Queen.
Shine your light. Give this card to
Oh,
anyone.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You wanted them to answer it?
Yeah, I wanted them to answer.
Oh.
y'all
Oh, he
did
wants.
say no.
Yeah, you could just give a
Okay.
quick
Oh, you want
answer
us to
answer
for
it?
the Dutch. You could just give a quick
I'm
answer.
not doing no Dutch, but we can still get to know each other. I'll probably like, you two hurt. So I feel like you have to work on yourself. You hurt and that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna
with
work.
me
Get
at
some. She
all.
says to get somebody else to do. You heard
I
her.
can't even fake it.
Go
Amen.
ahead. Amen. Want to do it?
So just
Okay.
for the women, I would recommend that no women actually work through that or try that, especially through someone else's trauma, right?
Yeah.
And I mean that by someone else's trauma that you didn't cause for a woman to
I
try
know
to
it. So,
to try to convince a man in that
Ooh.
you will never ever get there because it's a self thing when it comes to a man. It's
Yeah.
really mental than it is anything else. Emotionally, you being connected to him is not going to get to him. Physically, it's not going to change, and spiritually, it's not going to change. It's really that mental journey that he has to go for himself. So I'd rather you not go through that. You will go
he
through
need
hell.
not to be trying to
Men have a better
be in a
chance of being
relationship.
with a woman in that situation than a woman have with a man. I just
Right.
want to just
Yeah, for real.
Emotional damage.
yeah.
Emotional damage.
Yes, a whole lot of it.
All right, that's a great one. Okay, go ahead, ladies.
Give this card to someone and ask them to share their worst dating story.
Yeah, don't give it
It's
to me.
you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, baby, share that.
My worst dating story.
Let me hear some. I ain't never heard.
Tyrone, no. Tyrone, no.
Let me hear it.
That was the last
mess.
card, y'all. That was the last
It was a
card.
mess, y'all.
Oh, it's one more.
Oh, it's one more.
Yeah,
Okay.
one more.
Okay, let me make it quick.
You can't even get it out. That's ridiculous. Man.
It was terrible.
The purpose is for
It
us
was-
to learn from
It was
your
terrible.
experience.
We was cool. We started off as friends, and it was just a lot. It was just too much. He was still toggled up with his baby mama, and it was just a lot. He was insecure. He was emotional himself. So there was just like, it was just a mess. It was terrible.
Was it an actual date that y'all went on? That
We were
like-
dating actually.
Oh, okay.
As far as like an actual date,
Like an actual
like
date.
somebody
You
taking me
went
somewhere? I don't have one of those.
Okay.
Nope. Mm-mm. Worst dating experience though, that would be that. But no, I don't have an actual date. worst
Anybody else want to share maybe just a story of just a date that they went on that was absolutely
Would you
horrible?
look at it?
Oh, I
I'm
don't have
like,
one.
I don't recall.
Okay, so I'm gonna share mine. real quick, real quick, y'all. So I used to set people up on blind dates, right?
Mhm.
I would interview people, all of that good stuff, and pair them, and they've all had an absolute great time. Really quick. Well, I'm gonna just tell you now. So really quick, we are having an event, y'all. It's called the Dating with Purpose event. It's gonna be July 22nd, held at Coaches. So I'm gonna be interviewing candidates to date, or interviewing candidates to participate. So if you guys want to participate in that, let me know. And yeah, all of that good stuff. So y'all, July 22nd, Shine Your Light will be presenting the first Dating with Purpose event. Amen. One. So now I'm really good at interviewing people. I'm really good at interviewing candidates. I cannot stand Ty's smile right now. My friends, though, that were a part of my team, they decided to put me on a date because I had never had the experience, but I was giving this experience to everybody else.
Yeah.
So they interviewed some people. I probably won't allow them to interview people for me ever again. I'm really good at it. You know, not everybody else is really good at it, and that's okay. So one of the people, this was right after COVID. So one of the people, I hope you ain't watching. If you are a really good person, you're a really good guy. You have a great personality, but this threw me off a little bit. So his voice was very raspy, very, very raspy. The restaurant was beautiful, Italian restaurant. I was so excited. And again, he was a gentleman, very nice guy. All of our dates are Dutch though. But so his voice is very raspy, and we started talking and everything, and eventually, he just went ahead and told me, COVID almost took him out.
Ooh.
Right. But I was like, my question more so was, how long ago
Did
this happen? You know what I'm saying? Being a person that was still kind of like in the midst of all of that. I was like, you know what I'm saying? You don't care about your life or mine, Jesus. So that was a situation. That was a situation. I was like, oh no. He was like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, why are you here? Take care of you.
Yes.
And that's okay. Right. So that was one of my.
So tell me a little bit about it.
That was accurate.
You barely can get tell me
The accuracy.
Like, are you making it through this day,
Jesus.
sir? Or you just,
The accuracy. Yes. So I was in fear for my life, Jesus.
Couldn't
I'm
even get
like, what did they
comfortable.
do? They out here trying to take me out, Lord. Trying to take me out. They done sent a weapon. Shout out to the team. They ain't on the team no more. No, they're in different positions. Okay. All right, y'all. Last card.
Shine your light.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Your best friend from grade school has always been in love with you.
Aw.
You have never dated. Do you keep the friendship once you enter a committed relationship?
That's good for the ladies.
I'm not like that, but it's not my fault you like me, but we can still be cool. Why would you break it off? The friendship?
Yeah, would you
I
would
never
keep the
dated.
friendship?
If
But
that's my best friend,
that's your best friend.
And he's
He's
in love with
always
me, but
been
we
in love
never
with
dated.
you.
I would want to. I mean, yeah, we made it this
Yeah.
far. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because if you're my best friend from grade school, I love you to death. Sorry, we're not.
This man is in love with you,
other.
and now you're married.
You have to understand. It's either you, like you.
Like, I mean, I would want to, but
But then he would have to respect your husband in that case, right?
yeah.
The question is, if he's been in love with you this whole time,
I ain't even saying that.
how didn't you know he was in love with you that whole time?
I mean, but you could.
Was
still
he
know.
not acting on it?
You can know.
You can know he's
but
in love
just-
with you,
done
but you're just not
friend zoned him.
interested.
You done
Oh, that's
friend zoned
different.
him.
That's different.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
I feel like that caused problems.
That's true. I agree
Because
with
that means that you're
You're gonna envy this relationship.
right. It's like, are you gonna want to test the waters
That's the
later?
thing.
That's leaves open doors. I
Well,
don't
women
know.
also keep them around
That's
too for the
tough.
entertainment aspect.
That's
Oftentimes,
not good. Don't do that, ladies. Go ahead.
right, but oftentimes, and I've known women to do it too. Is basically that the guy flirts with them still, and they like it because it's attention,
feeding,
you know,
right.
and it's feeding
Mhm.
their flesh.
Yeah.
and they keep them around for that specific purpose with no intentions of ever,
But that's the problem. If I'm married and I know that's who you are, that is your role in my because that do leave way too many open doors.
Well, even before marriage, a committed relationship is just as serious,
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I would want, like I said, I would want to, but I mean,
because a committed relationship to me means we working towards marriage.
Right.
That means I'm not even allowing myself to give me all of me to you, because a part of me is still flirting around and playing around with him. So we still have to cut it off.
And as a man, I ain't never ever.
Yeah, as hard as it is, it's just being realistic. It is gonna have to be cut off, because you want to respect your husband.
Respect your
you
spouse.
trying to be friends with somebody that's in love with you. That's not cute either. Like it's not.
And you're hurting him, kind of in the process. But at the end of the day, it's about respecting your spouse. Even if the spouse don't know, you're kind of protecting that union by cutting that off. But you wish he didn't like you in that nature.
Yeah, because
but you can't
you
control
my dog.
that.
But now I gotta let you go.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Something to think about, and that's what happens on the Shine Your Light podcast. We call self-reflection, guys. Take these lessons, these discussions, you know what I'm saying? All of this information, take it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And take it with y'all at home too. Amen. Want to do it. All right, how did God? We got a few minutes. Very, very.
They did that on purpose. Y'all noticed that?
We got about 10
They could have been cut this
Exactly.
off a long time ago. So I'm gonna start heavy.
Start
because of that.
heavy.
I was gonna work into it.
I'm
but
exempt. I pulled my.
Start heavy.
Oh nah. I'm
feel
gonna
like
go on
y'all
straight.
they really play with us today, y'all. Just know that they really played with us. Okay.
Shout out to Destiny. Hey, Destiny and Christine. Shout out to Rain Jennings. I love her. She's amazing.
Okay, so just this one thing first. What is the main difference between a man and a woman?
Vagina and penis.
We're not taking the obvious. We're not doing the obvious.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
The feminine energy and the masculine. Yeah.
We live in a today and age where everybody is everywhere. That's not the
No, we
obvious
ain't.
either.
I don't want no feminine man.
Like, take the garbage out.
I want a man who's in tune with his feminine, feminine side, but no,
Mhm.
he can't be
What's
thriving
the
in it now.
difference?
Mhm.
He be forcing it with the question
Because he be having a whole answer already.
He do be forced.
What type of?
I'll be want to hear
That's
people's
very.
opinions.
That's a very broad. That's a very broad question.
Like,
It is, but that's why it don't matter which part of you
Which
touch. Of course,
way?
we're not dealing with the obvious,
Mhm.
but anything of surrounding there, you are free to speak
Okay,
on.
I got him, y'all.
Go ahead, Queen. I love it.
Don't do that, 'cause I got something.
Get him.
Okay, difference between male and female, man and woman. That was your words, man and woman.
Mhm.
Okay. Man
I
is
love her
more
laugh, y'all.
of
It's so cute. It's so cute.
man is more of the leader. Wait, are we going wide range so I
Give
can
it
go
to
biblical?
Just to talk about biblical.
Whatever
Whatever
point you
is
wanna
on your
touch.
Because I mean, now the natural world is not the same as the biblical version. Biblical version, y'all. Man is more of the leader. He's more of the masculine side. He's more of, I don't want to say the aggressor, but more of the what do you call it?
Dominant.
Dominant one. Yep, he's more of the dominant one. The woman is more of
Depends on the night, y'all.
the woman is
I'm
more
just
of
playing.
the emotional,
I'm
the
a good girl.
sensitive, the recessive. She's the beta of the relationship. The man is the alpha of the relationship. Biblically, because I'm going all biblical responses, y'all.
She trying to be safe.
I'm being very safe. I told you it's a very broad thing, and that's a topic you can really dive real deep on. So I'm trying to be cautious, but yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say on that
So we all the same.
one. No. I mean, come back to me. Let me.
What was the question again? Say it one more time for me.
Name at least one difference between a man and a woman.
He didn't say
Just
that the
tackle
first
it on
time.
relationships if y'all could.
The role. That's the
Okay, as far
difference.
as-
The
okay.
role. The role that God ordained them to be in. That's
The provider,
Yes.
I agree
the
with
head of the household. I don't need to always be the head of the household.
and sometimes it's okay for you to be.
Yeah, it is. I am
Yeah.
head of the household.
Yeah.
Single
When it's
7 years,
warranted.
7 years.
But definitely the role.
Yeah.
I believe, So
I don't want my husband doing Dutch. Baby, you got the credit card, you got the debit card. you got
Okay,
the money.
I have this question, right? This is a little more tougher. We gonna do it
gonna
in your
answer
face.
it? Okay.
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
answer that one because I
How
want
about
them
you
to actually
answer
think
it in
about
the
it.
comments? That would be appreciated. Just put the question in the comments later and then put your answer.
Okay.
Yes,
You
I
gotta
need to
teach the
know. I need to
people.
know that.
Yeah.
I need to know
teach the
where you
people.
getting at.
Why is tuition, women?
Intuition or
Intuition.
tuition? Okay.
Intuition. Why is intuition only active when the relationship is in question instead of when the man is unhappy?
Well, she's already touched on the fact, the beautiful thickest. She's already touched on the fact that she's very sensitive to her man's needs, right?
Yeah.
So that her intuition is active in that sense. Absolutely, she's
Yeah.
already.
But what do
said
that look like? Your intuition when it comes to whether the man is unhappy or happy. What do that look like? And
Under the
I
microscope.
ask this because in relationships, majority of relationships, you have women that say, "My intuition, right, said that he was cheating or he was doing this." Why don't it tell y'all anything positive, about the relationship or anything for you to take the initiative to add to your relationship?
But it does. It absolutely does.
Where?
Is that only your encounters,
No,
Ty the
I'm.
guy?
I
Because
talk to a
for
lot of
me,
people, so my
facts, that
my
is
observation
facts.
is from through a lot of people's experiences,
So I feel like
especially women.
I feel like a woman who isn't able to, be in tune with her man is operating in a very selfish space,
Mhm.
right? And vice versa. So yeah, you should be not only with your man, but also with your friends, also with your child. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, what do that look like?
It looks like you seeing that your man is not his normal self or operating as his normal self, or maybe aren't he isn't you guys aren't connecting the same. You know what I'm saying?
But usually through
then
that, y'all assume he cheat.
and then you
Right.
and then you
So
begin to
much.
communicate.
Like,
Exactly. Go ahead, ladies.
I feel like maybe in that situation, then I wouldn't just necessarily think he's cheating. You know what I'm saying? I would try to see, like, what's going on. Maybe is there something that I've done, or is it something that I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Or what's causing that? Like, I'm not gonna just automatically assume that he's cheating unless I know you cheated, because assumptions they're not gonna get you nowhere, like, at all. It's gonna make stuff worse. So I would try to, see what's going on there. I wouldn't just assume he's cheating.
Like, do it give you a plan of action? Because usually when a woman say they're going off of their intuition, right, and they assume that he's cheating, she's doing a plan of action to prove that to be true.
I have
So I'm saying,
and it like I said, it didn't get me nowhere, because I could be wrong, and then I just did all of this for no reason, and now I'm just, and then it went left, and no, so no, yeah.
anybody have a plan of action?
To communicate, ask that man whatever it is. Communication is key. Talk about it.
I just want to know what happened.
Put your
Like, what's going
feelings out
on?
there. Exactly. And I don't like the I'm not gonna say that. I'll say this. When a woman is more so like, what am I doing? Can I do something better? That will not be the only question at this table, because whatever it is that I'm not doing that you want, what are you doing to cause me not to do that? You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to be both. I am a caterer, right? I'm telling you, I love my hubby wubby. I'm single, right? But it pleases me to please my mate. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing to have.
Yeah.
But if you don't have someone that's pouring in you equally, or, you know what I'm saying, some like it, then that's going to be draining to you. and I can't operate like that,
Right.
right? So your relationship, in my personal opinion, should always be a competition of y'all pleasing each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it, and that's all. We don't want nothing else. I don't want a man won't do it. All right. Last question.
Can't be the last. I got 2 questions left. One of them is, can you be with a man, right, that you are in love with, but is not yet in love with you?
Nope.
No. It's never gonna work.
No.
Got something for them.
Now I think men and women might be different in that case because it reverse.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be reversed. The man has to want you more, or it's not gonna work.
I don't agree.
Go ahead, Simone. We're listening. Go ahead. We got the baddest. We got Simone. We got thickest. Come on now.
I don't agree because of the fact that, okay.
She got a cheat code.
Oh, genuinely thinking about it, because my response is, y'all, is like, I can deal with this tomorrow and I'm going to respond how I'm saying. So genuinely talking, right? Is it okay? Is it that he doesn't love me and he's responding to me a certain type of way? Or are we just casually in a relationship and I'm like, dang, I love him, but he not ready to, you know what I'm saying, say he loves me.
Let's say, yeah, something like that. Let's say y'all building into a relationship, right?
Mhm.
And you are ready to say, you know, you love him,
Mhm.
but he is not yet in that space, you know, to where he is in love with you.
I don't
don't think
fine.
so.
I'm fine with that.
Because if I'm ready to say I love you, then obviously we should be on the same path. We done did the same things. We done learned each other. We done did all of this. So if I'm really ready to say I love you, I've showed you what you showed me. So you should be ready to say you love me too.
But here's the thing though.
So
here's the thing
I don't
though.
think so.
The thing with that is the fact that y'all are still 2 different people, and it's still a man and a woman. Men love different. What their definition of love is not the same as our definition of love. Because he could take me on a bomb date for a month straight and I'm gonna be like, you did that, but he's not feeling that same thing. It takes for me to, I don't know, maybe cater to something that he likes, that's, you know what I'm saying, or maybe get involved in the sports if he's into sports, for him to be like, she a rider, I like that. Like,
See,
so it's gonna be different.
Change myself,
but
for
it's like,
somebody.
how
so
would
like
you
if
get
I'm
to
not
that
into
point?
that, I'm not gonna like. I'm
But
gonna try it out, but if
Mhm.
I'm not into it, I'm not gonna fake it. I don't like this, babe. And if
Mhm.
you don't love me because I don't like this, then babe,
I should go try to do that for the one.
It is what it is.
She
Hey,
took the
listen,
one scenario and said, you
7 years.
can't love me, because
7 years.
and it's gonna be 7 more after what she just said.
If you gotta be
No,
7
it's
more,
not.
then you gotta be 7
No, it won't be 7. No, it won't. No, it won't be 7 more.
That's 7.
She wants somebody that lines up with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what lines up with you is not necessarily going to
Line
line
up
up
with
for
them.
the
Right.
rest of us.
But that's what I'm saying. If what lines up with you is, it's not always gonna be the same. If you fall in love in a week
Mm-hmm.
and you fall
And I
in love
do.
in 3 months,
Try 2 days. No.
who's to say just because you fell in love in a week, he gonna fall in love in a week?
Which is
What if
why-
you fall in love in a week, but
That's
he fall in
different.
love in 3 months?
Right,
That's
right, and that's
different.
different. So if I done got my gullible self up and I done like this and
Yeah,
You gotta
and
be
I feel
gullible.
like I love him that quick, then I ain't finna be like, man, I love you quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the flow.
It depends
If
on
it-
reality.
after reality is you gonna know if he love you or he messing with you in that way.
Would you rather him tell you first that he loved you before you tell him that? Or would you just go according to how you feel?
I will go to accordingly how I feel, but I'm not finna just announce it. Like, no matter of fact, I'm gonna go how I feel. So if I happen to say I love you and you don't say it back, okay, bam, I know what it is. We ain't on the same level. We're
Right.
not. And let me bounce
That's
because we're
wild.
not on the same level. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Okay, so let me chime in.
That part.
Because my follow-up question is going to kind of answer this too. So, like she said, that's why I say she has a cheat code. We talk about stuff, but and I think this is where the biggest disconnect between the man and the woman. We think that we are the same, and we are not. The way that you love a man is not the same way you love a woman, and how you love a man is totally different, which is why it's always usually 8 times out of 10. I'm leaving room for the 2 rarities.
Thank you. I
where-
appreciate that room.
where you have the woman who fall in love faster
Yeah.
than the man does.
Mhm.
And I don't think that women kind of question, why is that the way that it is? Because when you look at the beginning of the relationship, the man is responsible for courting the woman. That means he has to put everything to appease her. It's not usually reciprocated in that sense. The only thing we getting out of that is the experience.
Right.
But there are also, and I speak about initiative because that's important, is if you can pour back and you look at, like how she said, the things that excites him, that makes him happy. You know what I'm saying? It puts him in that space that you're in.
Yeah.
So it's more likely that you would say that you love him before.
Yeah.
But how you love a man is totally different than how a man will love a woman. And it's mainly men do it through affection, words, things like that, right? Telling the woman what she want to hear, causing her to feel, how she feels, right? But then when it comes to the man, how you really love him is how you respect him. That's how you get the man to fall in love with you. It's how you respect him. How are you responding to him when he is being, a man? That's the biggest thing. But that's what I'm saying. That's the biggest disconnect today. Dates and things like that is not going to get a man to fall in love. And like I said, he can be an experience. He can experience that every day. But then when he go home at the end of the day, what's on his mind is how this woman respects me, how you responding to him, in those senses. That is what gets him to open up in that sense of love, so it wouldn't be the same in terms of how you would go about it with the woman opposed to the man.
I think a lot of men, I love that, by the way, because I got to do something for him because I know he's going to say something. But I think a lot of men also, in addition to how she respects me, is also how can she, what is she going to make my life look like? You know what I'm saying? What type of value is she bringing to my life holistically? You know what I'm saying? So, all of that good stuff and how you respect them, all of that. I really want to dissect what you said, but we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. But
just this one last thing, I understand.
Ain't nobody got time, Jesus.
We light on time. I understand we light on time. I'm gonna do something like.
Go ahead. Because you're teaching them people and we appreciate it. So go ahead.
Nay. You said you over here looking at her. So
aren't you glad you did the cards first? Told you that was breakfast, Jesus.
One last thing.
Yeah, great.
Just one last thing.
Go on and feed the people.
What is the first thing that you notice about a man?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Appearance. That's the first thing you look. That's the first thing you see.
We seen on your list. He gotta be fine. That's what.
How he carries himself.
Like how smart he is, where his head is, and if he's respectable or not. Like that first impression is you know what I'm saying? So
how he interacts with other women, how he carries himself, all of that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Simone. Final thought. This is the final thought. Go ahead.
It's not the looks though. It's not the looks. It used to be the looks, but it's not the looks anymore.
Is it how he pierces your spirit?
No, honestly, it is how he treats other people. Not even just women. Like how he responds to women, how he responds to family, how he responds to people who he considers close.
Yeah,
like those are important to me because. Right, like, and if these are people that's been around you long enough, or two, if you treating this person like this, but then this person like that, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So
that's treasure points, y'all. So once again, thank y'all so much for coming on to the Shine Your Light podcast. We got the beautiful Baddest in the building, Miss Baddest. We got the beautiful Miss Thickness over here. Okay, we have the beautiful Simone, who is a part of the Shine Your Light team. So thank you so much for shining your light as always. We appreciate her wisdom and her beauty. And then, of course, thank you to my co-host Ty the Guy for the fire, Jesus.
They ain't even let me turn it up. They made sure they took majority of the show, but it's cool though. We got them. We got another segment coming up soon. So
it's hot enough outside already. Amen.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Until next time, we'll definitely have you guys again. I do want to reiterate again, y'all. July 22nd, 8 p.m. We are doing the first Dating with Purpose event at the Shine, presented by the Shine Your Light podcast at Coaches. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll go into more detail about what this event consists of. I'll actually post a video with all of the information. But make sure you reach out to me if you are single and would like to be a part of the event. It's going to be amazing, y'all. We got a DJ, we got food, Soul Train line, games. It's going to be great. So I hope you guys, reach out to me so you can be a part of it. You do have to do a 5 to 10 minute interview with me to be a participant. I'll make it fun and I'll make sure you laugh. I pinky promise. All right. So y'all, thank you again for coming to teach the people and shining y'all light. This has been an amazing podcast as always. Until next time, y'all. See you soon.
Thank you.